the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Bill has been passed by the Rajya Sabha as well. Thank you very much for speaking to us, Mr. Jayant Sinha, and congratulations because you've been spearheading this for a while. This, of course, for all practical purposes, has been called a game-changing legislation. I am allowed to be a skeptic because I'm a journalist. The impact will only be felt 2 years from now. Is this truly game-changing then?
I would say that the impact will be felt right away because obviously we will have the court set up, we will have the insolvency professionals and all functioning in some period of time, not just now of course, but the fact that it will be possible to invoke bankruptcy, the fact that it will be possible to be able to get resolution done very quickly will already begin to start to change the manner in which recovery and resolution works in India. Along with that, because we'll be able to put in place very strong creditor protections, I think the debt markets will respond to this also quite quickly.
It will not just perhaps help you identify the fault lines in the system, but also help you avert the defaults that may happen. And obviously, one of the reasons why this has been pushed so fast is that you want to tackle the NPMS as well, and that's a point of concern. Would you want to expound upon that right now?
No, obviously, it will prevent the kind of willful defaults in some of the NPAs we've seen so far. But remember that we can take some of these existing situations, whether they are NPAs or whether they are in the SDR process, and as soon as the institutions that we require for this legislation are set up, we can move them into this resolution process where the rules of the game are very well defined and the recovery process is very quick. So in that sense, even with the existing set of NPAs, we'll be able to move quite quickly.
One of the big challenges that people believe is the lack of an ecosystem for a bill like this. Like you mentioned, the insolvency professionals or enough judicial people to be manning the NCLTs or the DRTs. Is that a challenge that has crossed your mind, and is that going to be perhaps the big hurdle that you'll have to cross?
It will take time to build up sufficient capacity. It will take time to get all the courts functioning and so on. But we do believe that with the manner in which we've set things up and the kind of legal sort of capabilities that already exist in India will enable us to get going on this relatively quickly. Thank you.
One last question. The government is looking to leverage overseas assets. Is that going to be a practical proposition for something like this? One of the provisions is that you would want to leverage the overseas assets of people who do default.
As I had mentioned also in the Lok Sabha, the fact that we have a good law here on the books in India, that we have good statutory provisions for going after these kinds of assets, and that we will be following the due process of law will enable us to be able to go to our partners in other countries and be able to say to them that the attachment process, the recovery process should be expedited there as well. So I think given that we have good legislation, given that our courts and our processes will work well, I think it will enable us to expeditiously be able to recover those assets.
Mr. Sinha, congratulations once again. All the very best with this bill.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.